Racket NX is described as a breakout game inside a giant pinball machine, and it really is just that. It sounds like an odd combination, but the two cross over and complement each other very well.
Oh, why can't these people just leave old video games alone?
There's nothing wrong with enhancing gameplay mechanics throughout the years.
These are classics! Classics, I tell you! They should be played in their original form.
Good luck finding a black and white TV to play them on then. The game is played with one touch controller, which is represented in the virtual world as a futuristic bat. The main aim of the game is to hit and destroy every single target that is found on the walls of a dome that you're placed in the centre of. Hitting the ball and where it travels to after is very realistic, and I never had any tracking issues with the touch controller, which was quite incredible considering how fast paced the game is. After you have cleared a series of targets on the wall, a new wave of targets appears. Hitting these panels is the breakout side of the game. The pinball side comes into play thanks to another move you have at your disposal. If you hit the ball with enough speed, it will slide across the wall and will damage anything it comes into contact with. Some targets do need to be hit a few times before they will disappear, so this ability is very useful for clearing a cluster of panels that have a lot of health, especially when you set up the perfect shot so that the ball will roll back on itself after hitting a bumper. These bumpers are the pinball element of the game. They keep the ball's momentum going and allow you to do continuous damage after only one hit. You don't always want the ball to be travelling quickly without your control though, as skull icons appear on panels. Hitting one or sliding over one will remove quite a large chunk of your energy bar. When this bar is fully depleted, it is game over and you have to restart the series of waves again. You can refill your energy bar by hitting one of the pluses on the walls, so you're constantly looking for the best places to start hitting the ball too. Scraping over a few of the skulls really does put you into panic mode, as you won't have much energy left at all, or could even run out of it completely. Luckily you have another ability that gives you more control over the ball in these moments. If you hold the trigger button down, a tractor beam will become tethered to your ball and will force it towards you. Not only does this save you from energy draining moments, but it also allows you to set up the perfect next shot. Also allowing you to really take your time for a brilliant shot is the inclusion of the special shot. This ability must be filled up first before it can be used. You fill it up by hitting targets one after the other. If you miss a target, the bar is reset. To activate the special shot, you hit the ball into one of the many ramps around you. The ball then comes flying towards you and then enters slow motion. It does look very cool. If the ball collides with a target after you hit it, it will destroy a cluster of panels that are all next to each other. It really is quite powerful and can really turn the battle in your favour. Also helping you win each match is the inclusion of power-ups that float around you. Some can help you, like the cluster bomb, that will destroy a few panels at once after an impact, or hitting the health one will fill your energy bar back up. But some of these can work against you, like the nuke, which will obliterate a very large part of a wall. You really have to see what's behind this before setting it off, as it can also take out the skulls. You really do have to be mindful of what is on each wall around you. I even got to a point where I knew roughly where to smack the ball to behind me when it was travelling in front of me. This awareness of everything around you makes it an incredibly immersive experience, and the target's actual movements also play a part in this. Targets start to move around in a snake-like fashion. This not only makes the targets harder to hit, but also ensures that you're rotating your body around constantly as they wrap around the grid. Further ensuring that you're not looking in one direction for long periods of time is the addition of warp holes. When a ball goes into one, it will disappear and reappear from another. Using headphones will certainly help you with your awareness of where the ball is located, as when it reappears from a warp hole, a sound is heard. The sound effect is hearable, but I wish it had a little bit more impact on the ears, to further increase the urgency of what direction you should be spinning around to.
Back in my day, we used to sit down in front of a screen. Now you have to spin around in circles. Has this world gone completely mad?
I think you're mad. How can you not see this is incredibly beneficial to this game?
It's just not right. First the Ghostbusters reboot, and now pinball.
This is hardly the same thing. The game has a few modes of play. You have single player, where you can tackle stage after stage in set difficulties. There isn't too many stages here, but they do have some replayability attached, as there is a 3-star rating system. It's a great system too, as it keeps things simple. To get more stars, you simply have to complete the stage in a faster time. Although it's a simple setup, you will absolutely have to use all the abilities in the game to get the best rank. My only issue here is that some of the later stages can get incredibly hard. The final set of waves in a stage do really up the difficulty. It's a bit annoying when you die and have to complete pretty easy waves just to get back to the harder ones. The rise in difficulty could have been a bit more seamless in a level. There is also an arcade screen which has an extra 2 modes. The first is called Classic, which is basically an endless series of waves for you to chase high scores in, and the other mode is called Zen. Here you can't run out of energy, so you're free to mess around. Flowers pop out of the walls each time you hit a target here, and the little bit of extra depth on them looks great. And finally, there is an online mode where 2 people can battle it out. You can play against friends or in a ranked match against a random person online. This mode actually plays out a little differently, as 2 players are actually inside the same dome at once. You take turns in hitting the ball, and both of you are attempting to get the best score possible with each hit. As the higher your score is, the more you push the other player's energy bar down. It's a bit like a tug of war match. Most of the abilities found in the single player do appear here, and it really becomes an intense race to see who can hit a power up first, as it can aid you greatly with your score, especially for ones that give you an instant score increase. The only thing that can slow the pace of this game down a bit is when only 1 panel is left on the walls. You really don't want to be the last person to hit it, as the other player will have a whole new set of panels to choose from, which could greatly increase their score. But other than that, it really is a fun mode, and there are leaderboards attached to it. There is also leaderboards for the other modes in the game too.
Well, when we wanted to beat each other's scores, we would...
I don't even want to hear it. The effects in the game are done so well, from the electricity that flows around the circuit boards inside your bat to each of the vibrant wall panels animations as they are impacted. Every single thing here looks very high quality, and not only does everything sound very arcade-like, but the panels actually move to the beat of the music too. The whole layout of this arena is so incredibly well designed. The space between you and the walls ensures you usually have enough time to line up your next shot, and the ramps that give you the special shot are a great size which allows you to hit them more often than not. Everything's placement and size just feels so right. You really do feel so immersed in this dome, and when a level finishes, the honeycomb walls break away and you're left standing on a floating platform above some very bright lava. I actually nearly lost my balance a few times when this happened. I was so engrossed in the game at all times.
Well, imagine if you did lose your balance. Thankfully, lava wouldn't be an issue, but hitting your head on the side of a table could be quite damaging.
Oh, it all makes sense now. We all know that you grew up in a mansion. I just never realised how many tables you had in there.
What on earth is that supposed to mean?
As I'm more used to playing games on the PSVR, I'm still being amazed with being able to turn 360 degrees in VR games without losing tracking. Not only does this game allow you to turn everywhere, but it makes you do so in meaningful ways with its gameplay mechanics, and the result is that you just completely lose yourself inside this dome. It's an incredibly immersive experience. The difficulty does ramp up quite a bit in the later stages, but the game certainly has that one more go feeling to it. It's quite addictive. Overall, Racket NX truly captures the magic of what an arcade game should look like and play like in a virtual space. The amazing visual effects, along with the very smooth gameplay, makes it a highly entertaining experience.
Or, if you're looking for a more authentic experience, search for an old system and a TV on eBay.
And whilst you're at it, chuck an oak living room table in your cart too.
Yes, that would be a pleasing setup.
No, the table is to smack your head on a few times. There's a reason why things improve in quality over the years, Mr Oculus.
Mr. Oculus.